everyone! Well, we're here. We're back, and today we're doing another anti-MLM video, and the MLM we will be talking about today is Plexus. The last time I did a Plexus video, I had a lot of comments of people being like, wait, what does Plexus sell? What is the product? What is going on here? Very telling. But, their claim to fame product is the pink drink, if you guys have ever heard of that. It is a powder that you mix into water, and it's supposed to help with weight loss and weight management. So essentially like Slim Fast, very similar to that. So if you ever see somebody on Instagram promoting their pink drink, it is Plexus. And the video we will be watching today is somebody in Plexus doing a team call or a team training teaching people about duplication. So just essentially do every single thing that the top leaders have done, and you will be extremely wealthy because it's just that simple to just copy what people who have been in the business for 14 years have done. Because obviously someone that just joined the business yesterday can copy something that somebody did 14 years ago when the company was not oversaturated. It's just that simple. Don't overcomplicate it. It's you, not us. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really, really like it, please subscribe. Make sure to check out my description for all of my fun links, and with all of that said, let's get started.
Hey everyone, I want to talk to y'all about silvers, right? Because the very first pillar, when it comes to business, we have four, right? The very first one is what? Recruiting, right? Recruiting people, getting them started with.
What else could it be? Why can't it be selling the product? But no, it's recruitment.
The products or the opportunity side of things. Then from there, you're helping them love their products. That is so, so important. So you don't end up with just a welcome pack business. Let me silence all these things, y'all. Okay, so you don't end up with a welcome pack business. And then from there, you're starting to duplicate it a bit, right? You're helping others go silver and beyond that, right? We have to think of the end vision for people. We don't want to just talk, let's get your products covered, or let's get you a few $100 extra. Let's talk big. And so how do you do that? Well, first of all, in order to help people go silver, you have to know who you're helping go silver. You can't just go in blindly and say, I want all the silvers. And so when it comes to silver rate, around 20% is a really good rate. So if you personally had 10 joins, level 1 joins last month, you should expect to help 2 people go silver this month or the next month. You know, it has to be the right timing. But the very first thing that you need to do is connect with them. If they don't feel like you care about them, if you haven't connected with them and know a little bit about them outside of Plexus, then they're not going to want to go silver. They have to know that you love them, you care about them. Maybe you know a little bit about their family. Maybe you've been helping them through their product journey and you've been with them, right? You're basically their friend.
You're basically their friend. Right, but your whole point of getting them to join and wanting them to get other people to join is for your financial gain. Friends don't need to financially gain off of other friends. To me, that's not a friendship. If you expect your friends and family to buy from you and then to get other people to be recruited underneath you, but if you expect things of your friends and family, that's you're not being a good family member. You're definitely not being a good friend, because obviously you shouldn't have to make your friends, keep buying into this stuff and then push them to get other people to join underneath them. That should be a choice that they make. But this whole thing of just basically be their friend and get them to really, respect you, and maybe a person really needs a close friend. We say this a lot, is you make a close friendship with somebody, you just see them as a number in your downline, not as a true friendship. That can't, I guess it can lead to a true friendship, but if your ultimate idea is to make friends with somebody just to essentially profit off of them, you're not being a good friend. That's not a real friendship. Just my opinion.
That's the very first thing, is when you're producing or helping people duplicate, you have to connect with these people. And unfortunately, I can't tell you how to do it, right? Everyone is so different. And so there's not just one way to connect. But if you're listening, you will know maybe they're struggling. They just had a family member who had surgery, or maybe their kid, they're currently potty training, so you guys are connecting about that, or maybe they're a military spouse, and so you're connecting about that. It's literally just drawing the line between, okay, this is Kara, this is April, how can we continue to connect, right? There has to be the relationship piece. The next thing after you've connected is inspiring them. They have to be inspired in order to take action. I mean, think back to your journey and what your sponsor did. How did they inspire you? Was there a video they shared with you that was super inspirational? Was there some sort of money that was dangling that you were excited about?
They do definitely dangle lots of things in front of you in order to get you to join. You know, maybe it's a friendship, maybe it's the idea of working from home, maybe it's the idea of making a lot of money. And something that I wonder is, she said, like, think about what your sponsor did for you and how they got you to join. Do you think there's people, there probably is, but I would think, you know, like, let's say I fell into an MLM and someone was really kind to me and specifically focused on me and said all the right things that, you know, is exactly what I needed to hear. And I thought that they were being really special and really cared about me. And then you get in and you watch stuff like this or you hear stuff like this and you realize they didn't care about me specifically. They do this to everyone. You know, that's gotta hurt. You gotta realize, you know, you gotta think like, wow, I wasn't special to them like they made me out to be. I just was another name in a notebook. I just was another name on a list. I was in somebody's friends list. You know, they weren't actually listening to what I was saying. They just took pieces of my life and, you know, directed at that just so that I could join. Like, that would really hurt me. But a lot of them, I guess, don't care, and they just, you know, turn around and use the same tactics to get other people to join underneath them. I don't know, but I know for me, if I thought someone was being special and treating me like a friend, and then come to find out they only became friends with me to get me to be a part of their downline, that would really hurt me.
Maybe it was the community. What was it for you, right? You have to think back to how you're inspired, but more so, how is this person going to be inspired? It's an each person basis. It's not this catch all, send this video to all these ladies and they're all going to be inspired. That's not how it works. You have to literally think, okay, this is Heather. She's a stay at home mom. What could this do for them? Well, maybe they have some debt. Maybe she would love another community of women. And so you just have to kind of guess. And sometimes, y'all, I will literally say, you know, hey, Heather, I'm trying to figure you out. Will you share with me what color you are on this graphic? And I will send a graphic that has all the color personalities on it. They're on Pinterest. They're all over. But anyways, I will literally ask people and they will say, oh yeah, I'm red all the way. And I'll say, perfect. So I'm going to talk money to you all day long, and goals and competitions and prizes, all the things. Or if she says, oh my gosh, I am so yellow. Okay, note to self, she's going to be one that wants to help all the people, wants to love on all the people. So it really is important that you step back before trying to plant seeds and figuring out, okay, this is Heather. How is Heather?
But it's not your job to, I mean, it is their job to, like, you know, hit those points that they're supposed to hit in order to get somebody to join underneath them. But at the same time, it's really weird to be like, you need to find the reason that they could join, because then you can use that against them. Like, you told me that you have debt. You told me that you needed friendship. I have that for you. Like, you just have to come to me, but spend money to do it. You know, spend money. Yes, you can spend money to make money. But, like, the whole thing with this community, you can find communities for free. You don't need to pay starter kits to keep buying products to have a community. And it's sad that they act like the only way to have a true community, to have true friendship, to have true everyone in your life is to join an MLM. And that's just not true. It just isn't true. You can have free communities. You can meet real life people for free. I know, it's surprising.
Going to be inspired. And how you guys know if you're inspiring people in the right way is if they're taking action. If they are not taking action, they probably haven't been inspired, or it may not be the right timing for them.
Did she just blame the individual that you didn't inspire them enough? It's your fault for not inspiring them enough? Or it's not the right time for them. She did say that, but it was that you didn't inspire them enough. Maybe that person just doesn't want to join an MLM. That's definitely a possibility. It's not that the individual trying to get them to join didn't inspire them enough, or that the individual that they're trying to get to join, it just isn't the right time for them. They just don't want to join. That's an option. But of course, a no is never a no. It's either it's your fault because you didn't do something right, or it's their fault and it's just not the right time, or they don't see the vision or whatever. But to say they're not inspired enough, that's putting blame on the individual. Just because somebody doesn't want to join doesn't mean they're not inspired enough. Maybe they're inspired to not join. They're like, I don't want to join an MLM. Thank you for bringing this to my attention that you are in an MLM. I know to not talk to you anymore.
So the next thing is, after they've been inspired, is call to action. You have to call them to action. So again, this is going to look differently, but typically for me, I'm giving them a choice. I'm saying, okay, are you more so the type that would want to throw up a post? If I gave you a copy paste post and a graphic to throw up, or are you more so the person who would want to connect with your friends through Messenger or text or even face to face? Which way would you prefer? And then from there, y'all, I let them know. I give them proper expectations. If you don't give them realistic expectations, they are going to shut down as soon as someone opens up a message and doesn't respond. Or as soon as they throw up their post and 8 people don't say, oh my gosh, give me information, right? Because think back to when you got started. I didn't have realistic expectations. I know that. I relied on my sponsor to do that, right? To share that with me. And y'all, if you're worried as a sponsor to share with people what they need to be doing to be the most successful in this business, you have to take a look in the mirror. To me, that sounds like you could have a belief issue, right? Maybe you don't have the vision, the big vision yet. But y'all, when it comes to, because I'll hear all the time, people say, well, I don't want to be pushy. Y'all, I don't want to be pushy either. But these people are saying, yes, tell me more. Yes, I'm inspired. Yes, I want to make money. Yes, I want to change things for my family. Yes, I want to be home with my kids. So guess what? Then that's your job, y'all, to help them be most successful.
Okay, if somebody is already saying yes, they want to do something, you're not being pushy by sharing, I guess, what you do. The way that I view pushy is if someone messages someone, they don't get a response, they message them again. They don't get a response, they message them again and again and again. That's annoying. If someone does respond and they just say, okay, I don't want, maybe, they're being nice about it and they're just saying not right now, or maybe in the future, or just no, and then they keep messaging them because they're also told to do that, that's being pushy. That's being annoying. But if somebody says, yeah, tell me more, that's not being pushy. That's, I guess, doing your sales job and telling them more about it. That's not being pushy. But the thing is, in sales, you have to be pushy, unfortunately. And it's not just selling the product. I think people would be, I would think, maybe a little bit more comfortable with messaging people and being a little pushy if it was just for a product. But it's the fact that you're literally selling a business opportunity to someone. That's a lot. And, you're selling a whole lifestyle and a life changing, wonderful, miraculous, woohoo, you're going to be a millionaire tomorrow opportunity. And you're hoping that somebody stops and listens to you, that's a really hard thing to sell. You're selling the dream, like I say, and you cannot sell a dream to people. You can sell a product to people, can't sell a dream to people.
And that is giving them realistic expectations, and it is calling them to action. And it's going to look differently for everyone, and that's okay. Maybe for a red, I'm saying, okay, make a list of 50 people who we can help. Like,
that would automatically, like, if somebody, like, even if I gave them like the time of day and we were talking and then someone said, like, what would you like to do in this business, would you like to make money? And I'm like, yeah, I'd love to have some extra money. I mean, who wouldn't? And then they're like, okay, I need you to make a list of 50 people who you could change their lives. And I'd be like, I don't know 50 people. Come on, everyone knows 50 people. And I'm like, I don't know 50 people, nor would I want to bother 50 people. I probably know, I mean, I guess if I really wanted to, I probably could find 50 people somehow, some way, but I would not want to bother any of them. I wouldn't even want to bother 5 people. The only person I would bother is my sister, and I would make a joke out of it.
Do this thing. Let's make a list of 50 people so that we can earn you the big bucks. And then maybe there's a sweet yellow where she's really nervous about reaching out. And I say, okay, girl, let's start with a list of 5. We can do this. Let's help 5 of your friends. Let's love on them during this time. Okay? So
I don't know. Just the term love on them, I don't know. Something about that.
Just have to step back from trying to be super efficient, right? And be more effective. That's what we're looking to be when it comes to business builders and an opportunity such as this with Plexus. Okay, so you've already connected with them, you've inspired them, you've called to action. Now it's your turn, y'all, to watch. To watch. Are they going to do the things they say they're going to do? Okay? This, my friends, is where we end up dragging some people, right? If you've sent 4, 5, 6 messages and so-and-so hasn't responded back to you, your new business builder, she doesn't even get back to you. Or she keeps saying, oh my gosh, I'm so busy. Yes, I'll get those messages out. Or whatever it is, if they aren't doing the things after being inspired, then, y'all, we don't drag and beg and plead them and let them slow up our business. We keep moving forward. We don't forget about them. We remind them, hey.
Yeah, just another, like, hey, you said you were gonna do this, like, and I think we've seen that in some Reddit things, like, be like, hey, just checking in, would you mind sharing this with me? And then they'll do it again, because maybe someone at one point said yes, but again, a lot of people will say yes, as just like, or maybe, just to be nice, and then they don't do it, and they don't respond to that person, because they don't expect to be bombarded and talked to over and over again. But they're taught in MLMs to constantly talk to people, be like, send a message, and then 3 days later send another message, and then a week later send another message, and then a month later send another message. And they have names in a notebook, or maybe like a Google spreadsheet or something, which sounds crazy to me, that certain maybe of you guys, your names are on a spreadsheet or in a notebook somewhere with like green arrows and lines and maybes and no's and check marks and who knows what, and contact next week. That's so weird to me. Like, the only reason names should be in notebooks or spreadsheets is if you know that person and like you actually work with them, or maybe they're, you bought from that person, so like you're in a customer list, like an email list, you know what I mean? That's the only reason you should be a name in a notebook or on a spreadsheet, not any other reason. That's just really, really weird to me. And they're taught to do this. They're taught to just constantly message. And it's like, okay, you've done all the things and the person has said yes. So you viewed that this person is going to help you further your business, because that's what you're told, and then they don't. And of course that's going to be a hit to you. You're going to be like, damn, like, I thought this was going somewhere and then it isn't. It's like, well, then get over it and do it again. And it's like, well, it didn't work for that person and it didn't work for another person. And you're just supposed to shut down your emotions and just be this happy, peppy robot. Like, it didn't work with that person. I'll just message them next week. But luckily, I can help somebody else. I'm just here to help people dream. And it's like, no, you're not. You're just here to get people in your downline.
Don't forget about that extra cash, or hey, let's help your friends. But you keep moving forward, right? You don't wait for these people, because I think, like Christina's story, Brittany didn't wait for Christina a full year until she was ready. Brittany kept planting those seeds and kept inspiring her, but until she was ready to take action.
I mean, if you want to call it inspiration, that's fine. But to me, that's continuously being annoying by messaging people all the time and reminding them. Yes, does it work for some people? And maybe they hit them at a right moment of, something in their life isn't going right, or they need some sort of sign from somewhere of like they need a change. And unfortunately, this is the change. But it's this, well, you're just inspiring people. You're just trying to help. No, you're being annoying. You're being annoying. Constantly messaging someone when they're not messaging you back is annoying.
Brittany didn't just sit there, right? Brittany kept moving. So make sure you're continuing to move. You're watching people's feet, making sure that they're matching their mouth, and then ask them. This is important. So you're not only listening and watching them, you're asking them. And I say something like, hey, Jenna, I know you said that you wanted to get out 30 messages last night. How did that go? And then from there, I literally say, what kind of responses did you get? And that way I can reassure her. If she had someone who said no, I can say, oh my goodness, share with me a screenshot so I can see what type of no it was. And then I just reassure her and I say, okay, perfect. It looks like it wasn't the right timing. Or, oh, perfect. Let's respond like this.
No, a no is a no. It's not like, oh, they just said no right now. Like, no, they said no. No is no. No is no. And in MLMs, no is a not right now or a in the future. No. If they said no, there should be no other response than thank you for your time. That's it.
And so just really letting them know this is all normal when it comes to the business side of things. Because y'all, if you leave your people alone, or if you leave them and you say, okay, they're inspired, like they're good to go, they're taking action, well, they may shut down when they get a nasty response, or they may shut down if their best friend doesn't want to join them, or they may shut down if they don't get responses that they wanted to get. So ask them good questions and listen, and then reassure them that that's normal. It's just part of the process. And y'all, our job for when we've inspired people and they're taking action is to help them get quick success. That is so very, very important.
Yes, of course it is. Because if they get quick success, then they see, they believe that this business model works. Like, oh my God, I got 3 people to join me, or I got 5 people to buy from me this quickly. It happened this quickly. Like, I can do this. This is actually easy. Because if you catch them quickly, they're more likely to stay because they'll remember that time that it worked. And then they'll go through lulls of it not working. And then maybe they'll get lucky and they'll get like 3 people to buy from them or join them as time goes on, maybe in like 2 months or something. And then they have that like quick high again. So it's like, have them have success early on so they have that high of joining the business and this is going to work and everything they said is true. So that's why they want this to be a quick turnaround right in the beginning, because maybe it will be. And it usually is for maybe a lot of people who join because a lot of their friends and family don't know about the MLM and they do genuinely believe that this person is starting their own business. So they are hit pretty quickly with a lot of sales and maybe even a recruit. And then as time goes on, it's not as easy because people are like, okay, I don't need that anymore. And I definitely don't want to join underneath you. And you are actually very annoying now with your 17 posts a day.
And then the last thing, y'all, is to support them. Love on them, connect with them other than just Plexus, help them get that quick success, really immerse them into the community that we've created as a team, right? Maybe invite them to the next opportunity Zoom we have. Maybe invite them to jump on a team call or a book study, whatever it is, and celebrate them, y'all. Any steps they're taking, celebrate it. Make a big deal about it, because you have to think back to when you got started and how it was a little bit scary, right, to take action, or maybe it was outside your comfort zone. And
That's another thing they do in MLMs, is even something that's like a very small feat in the company, they blow it up into this big deal, and they're always like, don't you want to be recognized? It's like, yes, but not for every single thing that I do. Could you imagine going to work and just every time you clocked in, everyone just cheered for you for just showing up to work? Sending an email, you get a cake delivered to you. You get 1,700 Facebook posts about people saying congratulations because you sent an email. You did your job. That would get really old really fast.
okay. That's okay. You just continue to remind them of why this could be big for them. And y'all, when you're inspiring them, you take them beyond, let's get you silver. Let's get you $300 cash. It's way more.
I believe so. This started out where she said she wants people to go silver, and I believe silver is the rank that you have to be with 3 people underneath you. So you have to recruit at least 3 people.
Than that. It's asking them, if in the next 5 years your life were to look identical to what it looks like right now, would you be okay with that, or what would you change?
I think this, in one of my last videos, somebody had said, like, what would your life look like in 5 years? Or how do you imagine your life in 5 years? Anyone can say what they want it to be, but I guarantee anybody you ask, they'd say, well, I didn't think I'd be where I am. Like, I didn't think I'd be living in Las Vegas 5 years ago. Like, not one bit. I had way different plans, but life took us a different way. And I'm happy with that. I'm okay with that. And I'm sure a lot of you, your life is totally different, or maybe even the same as what you pictured it 5 years ago, or just totally different. And that's okay too. Maybe things didn't go exactly as you planned, but we're where we're supposed to be. I do believe that, like, we are just meant to go on the road that we're planning. And can you have steps to change things as time goes on? Of course. But, their whole thing is, like, if you have this future 5-year plan, then they can grasp onto that in an MLM, and they'll be like, remember where you want to be in 5 years. If you do this now, if you start recruiting now, then imagine where you'll be in 5 years. You'll have 200 people in your downline and be super successful. And maybe a year later, you only have still 3 people in your downline. They're like, just keep pushing. You can do this. And it's like, well, where could your life be and how much more money could you have if you never joined that MLM? That's an option. And a lot of people regret joining their MLM, and they're like, my life would be so different if I never joined that MLM. But guess what? You get out of the MLM and you just focus on going forward with the knowledge that you have. You did it for a reason because you believed in it. And you can't fault people for believing. They're told this stuff, and it's from friends and family and close people a lot of the time. Why would they steer you wrong? And it just doesn't work out how you want it to, because it's just not meant to work out that way. The business structure is literally not meant for that. Just not actually possible. But this whole, where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? I am someone that I literally don't think past like next week, because it gives me a lot of anxiety to think that far into the future. So I just choose not to. And it's been working out for me.
Or if your bank account were overfilling, you guys had no debt, and your calendar were completely empty, how would your life look differently? And that starts to get their wheels turning.
Well, yeah, but unfortunately with an MLM, the chances of that is 1%. So if you said you have a 1% chance to have this happen, but it probably won't, would you take that chance? Maybe some people would, but I think majority wouldn't. But the way they make it always out to be is that everyone can do this. That's it. And it's not that simple.
And that's where they start to think, this could be bigger. This could be for me. But y'all, it is up to you as a sponsor and an upline to show them how this could be a good fit, to show them how this is worth their time, to show them how this will change things for their families. So I hope this helps. Again, connect. First of all, figure out who you're helping go silver, right? Write that list down. Be intentional. Connect with them, inspire them, call them to action. Watch, ask, listen, and support them. So I hope this helps, y'all. You guys can produce some amazing silvers, amazing business builders. And remember, when you're looking, because yes, we are looking for certain people to build this business with us. I am personally looking for people of integrity. People who are fun to work with, people who are hardworking, people who
Here's the thing. You can say, and this is to make people in her downline feel good about themselves. Like that I'm a part of her downline, so that means I have integrity and I'm a hard worker. She would take anyone that says yes. Doesn't matter who they are
willing to take action, right? They like to initiate things. I'm looking for leaders. I'm also looking for people who are coachable, right? Now, if I'm not seeing all those qualities in a person, but I see potential, I know that y'all, when I first got started, and I still struggle with this, I am not always coachable. And so knowing, oh my goodness, if she's not coachable, or oh my goodness, if she's not influential on Facebook, or oh my goodness, if she's not this, or that, that's okay. We can grow those areas. But the one area that I need to have in a person who I'm looking to duplicate with me is they have to have integrity. If they don't have integrity, I'm not spending time there. No, thank you. Because that'll be the person, y'all, that causes drama on your team. So integrity is so important, but y'all can do this. Don't overcomplicate it. It's so easy to overcomplicate it and sit back and say, well, what is she doing? What is this girl doing? Why is she blowing up? Why?
Yeah, a lot of people, yes, the ultimate thing in an MLM is just recruitment. That is literally all it is. But it is easy to look at other people who clearly are more successful than you and be like, but I'm doing everything that they did. Why am I not seeing that same success? And it's because they got in a lot earlier. Maybe they have the Instagram aesthetic, and everyone says like, well, it doesn't matter what kind of Instagram you have. It doesn't matter what kind of person you are. That's not true. You look at people at the top and they have the Instagram aesthetic and they've been in for years. And that is why, because they got in at the beginning, more than likely, and they have a certain look about them. It's sad because obviously those people are going to compare and be like, but they just told me that all I had to do is duplicate what people at the top are doing. That's what I'm doing, but I'm not seeing that same success. And it's not the individual's fault. However, the individual is always blamed. It's like, well, it's easy. You just duplicate it. And it's like, but I am. It's like, well, it's simple. Just duplicate it. It's like, but I am. And I'm doing exactly what I'm told. I'm posting on Instagram. I'm reaching out to people. I'm sending, trying to make connections, and I'm doing all this, and people keep saying no to me. And I'm sitting here watching these people at the top who I follow because I'm told to follow them and duplicate what they're doing, which is making me more sad and more self-conscious. And then they're just told, well, just keep duplicating. It's this like back and forth and back and forth. It's like I'm doing what they're saying, but apparently I'm not doing what they're saying. But I need to follow what they're doing, but it's impossible for them to follow what they're doing. It's exhausting. MLMs are so exhausting, and it's got to be just these mental gymnastics that they put these people through. Oh, and they use it to keep them to stay. They use them to manipulate them. It's a lot.
She had the most business builders. Step back, get out of your head, stop overcomplicating it, and make it about each individual person.
Notice how it's not each individual sale.
And y'all, if you are not sharing this amazing opportunity with everyone, with every single person, even those people, because I have them too, where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous to reach out to her, or oh my gosh, she would probably never do this with me because, right? Y'all, those are the people you need to reach out to. Everyone deserves the right to hear about the opportunity side of things. Because y'all, I looked successful too. I was a speech therapist, loved my job. I was a happy mama, happy wife. But y'all, deep down inside, we were drowning in debt. Y'all, I wanted to be with my boys more. I was stressed. It was really hard because my husband travels all the time. If the kid was sick, I had one at the time. If he was sick, I had to miss work and it was hard. So y'all, stop writing people's stories without giving them the opportunity to say yes. And y'all, if you haven't followed up with these people who have said no to you or no thanks about the business side of things 10, 15, 20 times, then you haven't done your job.
Hold on, did she just say what I think she said?
And y'all, if you haven't followed up with these people who have said no to you or no thanks about the business side of things 10, 15, 20 times, then you haven't done your job.
What part of no can they say? 10, 15, or 20. Follow up with them 10, 15, or 20 times, otherwise you have not done your job. But yeah, you're not being pushy. You're not being salesy. You're not being annoying. If it's such a great opportunity and it's so great and anyone wants it, why do you need to bother people 20 times if it's that great? You should not have to bother people that many times. And to say you're not doing your job, I could never, ever, ever bother somebody that many times. Like, I have done things where I've needed to ask people if they want to buy something at a place that I've worked, and they've said no. I could not imagine asking them again and again and again and again and again and again. It's fine if like they come in, you like forget that like, you know, they came in, you ask them again because it's like part of, you know, your speech at a certain point. That's fine. That's different. But to bother somebody 20 times, like at a certain point I'd remember if I asked somebody 20 times, obviously. No. Absolutely 100% no.
Because y'all, there's a lot of people on my team who didn't say yes to me the first 5, 10 times. And that's okay. But I truly believe this business is for people who are willing, not who are capable. It's those who are willing. So I hope this video helps, and I hope y'all have a fantastic day.
Oh, wow. Bye, Plexus lady. What a way to teach people how to lose friendships, how to lose family members. It's like, just keep asking, just keep asking. Well, they've said no. We'll ask them again. Ask them again. Ask them again. Give it time. It's just not right now. That's how people get blocked. That's how people lose friendships. That's how people lose family members. Because they'll be like, you know, I know we haven't talked in a while. You know, would you mind like checking this out? I just need you to check this out. The desperation. When it gets to be 10, 15, 20 times, the desperation is just sad at that point. And I do believe a lot of people don't do it that many times. But when your leader is telling you to reach out to someone 20 times, otherwise you're not doing your job, come on. Come on. You can't be serious. And it's like, she makes these because she wants people to help other people go silver, because more than likely the more people who are a certain rank underneath her boost people up, or not directly underneath her, but her downlines who start to have downlines, those people rank up, which then means she ranks up, which then means more money, because the more people she has below her, the more money she makes. So it's like, bother people 20 times. No doesn't mean no. In MLMs, the word no doesn't exist, which is, for a woman-based business structure and company and all of the above, the fact that no doesn't mean no, says a lot. Alright, you guys, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really, really liked it, please subscribe. Let's talk all things Plexus in the comments below, and until my next video, I will see you guys then.